name is Kevin. I am the exercise specialist with the Edmonton West PCN. Due to a lot of misunderstanding through the CDA resistance tubing guidelines, I'm going to do a visual representation of what all these exercises look like. So, I'm going to go through number 1 through 12. You can find these on the CDA website under resistance tubing or resistance training. Okay? So number 1 is hips and thighs. So basically this is a squat. So what we're going to be doing is just having a chair behind us, which is basically going to catch us if we fall, and also lets us know about how far down to go. So standing, feet about shoulder width apart, arms out in front of you. I just want you to go down, touch your bum to the chair, and then stand back up. Down, bum to the chair, stand back up. And then from a horizontal view, what that looks like is just like this. Most important thing during this exercise is to keep your knees behind your toes. The way you do that is by putting the weight on your heels. Your toes should be able to lift up off the ground and back up. And that's number 1. You'll feel that in the front of your legs. Number 2, we can do standing with the tube. So what we will do is just grab a resistance tube that you likely bought from me or one that you have from home. We're going to wrap it behind our back, underneath our elbows. Grab it pretty close to you, right outside of your shoulders. With this one, elbows up. That's the most important thing, is your elbows up. So push straight out, come together. Back, straight out, come together. 2 important things while doing this is 1, you always have to breathe. Breathing out on the way out, and in on the way back in. Just like that. So, that's that one. Elbows up, breathing. That's the most important thing. Okay, so number 3 is going to work your upper back. So, putting it in front of you, grabbing about shoulder width apart. Slight bend in the arms, just like that, up about here. Pull off to the side. So you'll feel that in the middle of your upper back. Nice and slowly. Each exercise you want to do about 1 to 2 seconds back and 1 to 2 seconds forward. Each way. So that's number 3. Number 4, what you want to do, sitting in a chair, if you come right to the end of the chair and sit down, kick your leg out underneath you, just like this. It doesn't matter which leg, both legs work. Sitting up nice and straight, elbows backing up at a 45-degree angle to the sky, and then back down. So this one, I want you to try and pinch your shoulder blades together, going back and then forward. Okay? So I'll show you from the side again. Put your leg out in front of you, doesn't matter which leg. Elbows back and up to the sky. Pinch those shoulder blades together. Nice and slow. Okay, so you'll feel that hopefully between your shoulder blades of your back. Okay, number 5, we can do either sitting or standing. I'll start with sitting. I just want you to put that tube underneath your foot somewhere and just step on it. Okay? You can hold on to the other side if you want to. So it should be pretty loose up until shoulder height. So there we go, that's loose, that's about tight, I'm at shoulder height. And from here, your hand should be able to touch your shoulder. From there, you go straight up to the sky. Just like this. This one we'll have to do on both sides. If you want to do this exercise standing, you stand up, let go of it, stand near the end of the tube. Once again, we're pretty loose until we get to about shoulder height, and then push up to the sky. Same thing. Okay? So, number 6 is quite similar, except we're going to be going off to the side. So we'll start off by doing it standing, or sitting, sorry. Pull onto the tube, it should be tight at your starting position, loose, tight about 45 degrees angle, and then up to the sky and back down. To the sky and back down. Nice and slow. Just like that. If you want to do it standing, same thing. Stand up, tight at 45-degree angle, up to about head height and back down. This is going to work your shoulders. Okay. Number 7, I always recommend doing standing. So we're going to grab both handles, step on the middle. With one foot to start is easier, palms facing forward, slowly come up and back down. Your upper arms do not move, your lower arms are the only thing that are moving. If you want to make this harder, step on it with 2 feet with a little bit of tube in between, and that shortens the elastic that you're pulling, which makes it harder. Okay? Number 8 is the one that I completely changed off the sheet. I want you to grab it in the middle with one hand, handles are hanging down at the bottom, put it on your opposite shoulder. From here we have 2 options. You can either grab 1 tube at about 90 degrees and pull down. So once again, the upper arm does not move, the lower arm is the one that's moving. Or if you want to make it harder, grab 2 tubes. So it should be twice as hard, pulling straight down. This exercise you have to do on both sides. Okay, and with all these exercises, we're doing between 8 and 20 repetitions. If every time you do more than 20 repetitions and you can do it easily, it's time for the next level of tubing. If you're having trouble under 8 repetitions, maybe you'll need a lighter tube. Okay. The last 3 exercises that I recommend, they are for your legs. I don't use these tubes for them though. So the first one, you're essentially just kicking your leg up in front of you. So you have to do this on both sides, up and back down, up and back down. This is going to work your quad on the front of your upper leg. Okay, you can do this 20 times quite easily. This is good for strengthening that muscle. If you want to make it harder, you might need to buy some weights or attach an elastic to it. These bands tend to fall off when you do that exercise, so you might need other bands. The next exercise, number 10, have something in front of you to hold on for balance, and we're going to do butt kicks. So you just go back and kick your butt. Nice and slow. I did that a little too fast. Nice and slow. There we go. That's going to work the back of our upper leg. And then the final exercise, number 11, leg out behind you. Leg out behind you. So this is going to work our butt and our hip. Okay? So with all these exercises, 9, 10, and 11, you need to do on both sides. Okay? And then the last exercise, number 12, I'll tell you 2 different variations of them, or 2 different exercises you can do. One, I want you just to put a towel or something below your lower back, and then push that backwards into the chair. That's called a pelvic tilt. Okay, so you're pushing in, holding it for about 10 to 15 seconds. Remember to breathe. Lots of people forget to breathe during this exercise. And then let go. And then you can repeat that 2 to 3 times. And the last one, the easiest one, is sucking in your belly. So pretend like there's a string between your belly button and your spine, and suck that in and hold it. Hold it for 3 breaths. Okay? And then let it go. And that is all of the exercises I have for you. I will be putting up another video on my top 6 or 7 stretches. All that, have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions.